Hey friend, hey! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kay Whitaker and I am documenting the entire process of us building our new construction home. In addition to that, we are spilling all the tea that we learn along the way. This is the third home that we've purchased, the first home that we've built. So there's a lot of things that we are learning about the home buying process as it relates to building your home. We're building a semi-custom home with Highland Homes, and we are documenting every step of the way. So if you are new to the channel and that is the type of thing that you're into, maybe you're in the process of building a new construction home, maybe you're getting ready to purchase a home, you know somebody getting ready to purchase a home, or you're really interested in seeing what a semi-custom build takes. Semi-custom meaning we purchase from the ground up so we can make some adjustments to the floor plan, but it's not a complete custom plan. Then I invite you to stick around and subscribe to the channel. Once we get finished building, it's gonna be all about turning this house into a home with decorating. We have a luxe transitional vibe, so you'll get an opportunity to see that. So we're excited. We're excited to be sharing with you. It's an amazing community of homeowners and home builders, and we invite you to be a part of it. It's myself, my husband, and we've got 4 kids ranging in age from 17 to 3. You might hear the 3-year-old in the background today because you know, that's the kind of day we're having. But subscribe to the channel and check us out on Instagram. So today's video is going to be about 14 questions that I sat and prepared as we go through the process of interviewing a realtor to help us sell our current home. So this is the third home that we've purchased, but we're in a semi-new city. We've been here for going on 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in November. As soon as we got here, COVID hit, so we really haven't had an opportunity to build much of a network, but we do have a process when it comes down to finding a realtor to help us sell our home that we want to share with you because we are kind of meticulous in this process, and it has helped us in the past find the broker that we work with now to help us purchase. He's amazing, but he's licensed out of Houston and can't help us sell down here. So we have an amazing process to help us find an even more spectacular realtor here where we are. So before we hop into that, you know, normally I have some updates as far as the progress on the home is concerned. I went to the house this weekend and I forgot the memory card to my camera. So I wasn't able to get any footage while construction workers weren't there, but I did go by today, Summer and I, to check the progress. It was too dangerous to go inside because they're working on framing. So I got some shots of the outside. So I will share that before we get into today's video. So let's check that out first. And then when we come back, we'll talk about the 14 questions that I have that I think you should ask your realtor if you're interviewing them to help you to prepare to sell your home. All right, y'all. So yeah, it's next to impossible to get in there just because the workers are working and it's kind of dangerous. So I'm not going to risk it today. Say hey, girl. So today we're just going to do this quick drive-by. I'll try to see if I can come back one evening or just wait until the weekend when they're not here because I don't want to stop them from working. And I also don't want to get caught up in what's going on. But I do further down in the neighborhood because the roof line is up, as you can see. And I told y'all we live up in a tree house. Like if you're on the back street, you can see our roof like kind of sitting up over the trees, which is kind of cool. It's really pretty. This street is going to be amazing when it's all over. All of these houses are going up so quick. So we'll do a quick neighborhood drive through so you can see the updates on the neighborhood. And then we'll come back when the workers aren't working because right now with framing, they throwing wood and nails and stuff flying. It's impossible to get. Well, it is impossible. I'm not going in there. They in there, but I'm not going in there with everything that's going on. So yeah, let's go take a look at the neighborhood and see what's happening. And I'm gonna show you our little tree house that you can see through the trees. And then we're gonna get out of here. So let's go for a little ride, friends. Right. So here's the house, driving by it. Oh, hey, pretty. So it looks like they are putting up the roof line. So let's drive around real quick because I want you to see. You see that roof line? I told y'all we live in a tree house. Look, there's another tree house right there. I didn't point at it, but you can see their roof line too. So pretty. I never noticed it. Tim noticed it Saturday when we were driving by. And look, it kind of just fades away into the trees. So exciting. But here we are. I'm not going to get too close because they're working and I don't want to, get in the way of work. But I did want to get a little bit of footage of just the outside. So the last time we were here, it was just this bottom area. We had no roof lines, we had no points, we had no nothing. It was just this bottom part. And as you can see, the second story is up. We've got stairs. Look, y'all. So we didn't get a chance to go up the stairs when we were there Saturday because it started raining, but I cannot wait. And it's probably safer just to hang out for a couple of more weeks. But yeah, look at what's going on. The garage is almost completely framed in. When I was leaving today, they were starting to do what I think is called sheathing, where they put that paper around it to start to seal it in. We were told that our pre-construction or pre-drywall meeting would be pretty soon. So what you see now is him kind of bringing in that wood to get it ready. It's those black pieces up there. I don't know if sheathing is even the right word for it, but they're starting to kind of close off those areas. So there's not much to see, but I just want you to see the progress. Like, they plays no games when it comes down to getting these homes framed. I mean, I thought it would take so much longer than this, but it's really starting to look like a house, which is really, really exciting. So you can start to see where the second floor is. Above here, I should have panned the camera up, but above here, this is our master bathroom. And then immediately above him is the actual guest room that we added. And then this is our primary bedroom on this side. So you see the roofing there because there's nothing over the bedroom. Yay. It's going to be so much fun when we can actually get inside when nobody's working. It just feels safer when nobody's working. But there's the garage, and then there's the height for the actual patio. So the patio kind of has a 2-story ceiling outside, which is pretty cool. And this is what it looks like as it's looking off into the back. So as you can see, they cut some of those limbs back that were going into the house to make room for the actual patio. But yeah, this is about as close as I could get today. I really didn't want to chance it and try to get much closer because, the guys are working and they were throwing wood down. So yeah, I didn't want to get in the way. They saw me, they waved, but I just didn't want to be the homeowner that gets all in the way when they're trying to do their job. So here's another quick look. It is full of trash. Yeah, we're trying to tread lightly as far as the complaints are concerned, but it looks like they're throwing their trash in the same place they're throwing the excess wood, and they're going to pack it up all together. At least I hope so. I just don't like that trash being around because I don't want to attract critters. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me being me. But yeah, this is as much of the update as I was able to get today. Like I said, I'll come back on the weekend when the framers aren't here, and I'm sure we'll have much more to update you guys on when we come back. But yeah, it's coming right along. So exciting. All right, let's get into today's video and talk about these 14 questions you need to ask that realtor that's about to list your house. All right, so let's hop into these 14 questions. So I know you're probably like, 14 questions, dang, Kay. And I'm pulling it up on my iPad to make sure I don't miss anything. And we're going to go through this quick because I only got 8% left and I don't want it to die before we get through the video. But when we're interviewing our realtors, we're interviewing like we're interviewing for a job, because this is a job. And one of the things that's important to us when we find a realtor is to find a realtor that is going to be the best fit to help us sell our home. We want somebody that's an expert in the area, and we want somebody to help us market and position this house to sell and get the top value for the home like most people do. But it's not all about price for us. It's about strategy. So there's about 14 questions that we ask a realtor. I wrote them down. That's how I know it's 14 that help us to identify the best candidate for the job. So when we're looking for a realtor, we get referrals from people that we know, and we narrow down our realtors based off of objectiveness and not emotions. So I have like a worksheet that we use. It's the same worksheet that I use when I'm interviewing candidates for a job. But our process is we have specific questions that we ask. We have expected answers that we want to hear. And then we have space where we write down what the person actually says. And then based off of that, we review the answers to those questions. And then we're able to come to a decision that's objective and not based off of our emotions, because we can like someone and that someone could be a total bad fit because they just don't meet the need. So we try to use this process to help us be strategic in finding good candidates to help us sell our home. So we do this like it's a job because we do consider it a job, and there's specific things that we're looking for our realtor or our potential realtor to say to help us make a decision. So in these 14 questions, I'm going to share with you the questions, and then I'm going to share with you what we expect them to answer us. And then if you're interested in getting like the checklist or the worksheet that we use to help us interview our realtor, let me know. And I can create it in a shareable document where you can go and go download it and maybe use it in your own process. So question number 1 is, what are families in our area looking for when they're purchasing a home? Now, this question is designed to get the thought process of the buyer. So we want our realtor thinking about psychographics, not demographics. What does that mean? In marketing, I'm a marketing person, so you'll always hear me reference marketing stuff. In marketing, you've got demographics, which kind of identify an audience of people based off of their age, how much money they make, that kind of good stuff. But then you've got psychographics, which identify people based off of their thought process. So when it comes to this question, when we say, what is a family looking for in a home in our area, we're looking for a realtor to answer based off of psychographics, not demographics. So we don't want the realtor to answer us based off of the size of the home and the bedrooms and the square footage and stuff like that. We want our realtors to answer us based off of experience in the neighborhood, experience in the community around them, schools, lifestyle. Those are the thought processes of someone looking to purchase a home. Are they going to fall in love with it? You know, we want them to be thinking along those terms, because when you think along those terms, when you look at a home and you position the home, it helps you to sell the home based off of lifestyle, not based off of the square footage of the house. Now, of course, there are going to be people, you know, we all look for a home first based off of demographics, right? I need a 5-bedroom, I need this many square footage, this many square feet, so on and so forth. But a lot of times we'll sacrifice some of those demographics based off of experience. I know that's true for me. As a mother, I want good school districts. I want there to be amenities in the community, so on and so forth. So sometimes we'll fall in love with the environment and we'll find a home to work with the environment versus falling in love with the house and suffering through the environment, which is why we're moving. So when it comes to our realtor, we want our realtor to understand that about the buyer that's looking here, because we need them to sell this house to the buyer's agent based off of experience and lifestyle, not based off of demographics, because demographics can be sacrificed if the experience is going to be something that the buyer is looking for. So that's important to us. All right, question number 2 that we ask our realtor is, what is their marketing strategy when they list the house? Now, our marketing strategy is more than just listing it on the MLS, that's local, whatever. We want to hear what type of things are you going to do as it relates to the house to get the house ready to be marketed. So we expect you to list the house on the MLS. We're looking for high performance realtors, high volume realtors. So we expect you to be able to sell a bunch of houses and know where to list the house. But we want to know, what is your strategy to getting the house ready to market? Meaning photography, videography, open houses, relationships in the neighborhood, those types of things. You know, yeah, we're going to list it. Everybody can look on Zillow and stuff like that. But we want to know, what are you going to do here locally to help market this home? Because this is a big city and the competition is great. So what is your process for making this house stand out? That's what we're looking for. In addition to that, because this is a competitive market, because we are still in a seller's market, it may not be as busy as it was during the summertime, but we're still in a seller's market. So when you're in a seller's market, you're going to get multiple offers. We expect that. Well, if we get multiple offers, Mr. or Mrs. Realtor, how do you handle multiple offers? So in a scenario like this, we're not looking for, we're going to take the best price. We're looking for what work the realtor is going to put in to ensure that we're accepting the highest quality offer that's on the table. Meaning, if we've got a cash offer, if we've got different types of loans, what is that realtor's knowledge of those types of loans and knowledge about the person, as much information, because there's privacy, they can't get much, but how do you pre-qualify this offer before you bring it to us to ensure it is the highest quality offer possible? We want the realtor to speak to those activities so that we can make sure that they're doing the work on the front end to ensure that we have solid, high quality offers, so that what we choose, we're going to know the pros and cons of each one of those offers so we can make a well-informed decision on whose offer to accept and who to allow to take our house off the market, and confidence in knowing that this process is going to finish, right? So we want to see how they're vetting the customer. Question number 4 is kind of a setup question, but we're going to say, who's your photographer and your videographer? And can you show us an example of their work? First thing that we're looking for is we're looking for them to answer us with the name, right? But then we're looking for them to go and say, you know what, I've got some homes. Here's some homes that I have that are similar to yours. And here's how we photograph those homes. And here's an example of those listings, past and prior. We want to see that work. Do they have a portfolio that they can share with you so that you can see what your product is going to look like when it hits the MLS? Positioning is everything. And, we want to be the best home in the market at the right time. So we want to make sure that when the home hits the market, that the realtor has done some work with either a stager, which is one of the questions that we have as well, has done the work to strategize with the photographer to make sure that this product, our home, is going to list and do its job when it gets there. Question number 5 that we asked, and by the way, these questions are in no particular order. These are just as I remembered what they were. Question number 5 that we asked is, what items do you negotiate up front? One of the things in having a solid offer, and what we're looking for the realtor to say is, we're going to negotiate what your expectations are up front, and then we're going to negotiate, we're going to figure out what the buyer is looking for up front. We're going to ask for all of those things, and we're going to negotiate through those things based off of what we know you're willing to do and what we know you're not willing to do and what you're looking for from the buyer. What we don't want is to get an offer that we think is a solid offer, and then we come to the table and we have to negotiate all of this minute stuff after the offer has been made. We want all those details worked out on the front end so that by the time that offer gets to us and the realtor has done the work to vet the offers, that we know what the expectations of the buyers are and what we will have to bend to. I never want to get in a back and forth, right? Our home that we listed prior, we've done all of this work beforehand, the home that we listed, and we were very clear on what expectations were, and our home was on the market. We had a contract in 7 days, and this was pre-COVID rush or panorama rush. So we're very meticulous about that because we're not the kind of sellers that want to go in a back and forth. Of course, we want to get the best offer, but we're not used car salesmen. We want to present a quality product, and we want quality buyers to come to the table. Question number 6 is, how would you handle the home if the home was listed on the market for longer than 30 days with no offers? Now, that's not our expectations, but let's be real. Things happen, and anything can happen between now and a couple of weeks when we get ready to list the home on the market. If this home sits for longer than 30 days, what's the game plan? And we're not looking for the realtor to say, oh, we'll drop the price, because sometimes it's not based on price. We're looking for more in-depth strategy from our realtor to say, okay, I'm going to go to the market and see if there's any other homes that are comparable to your homes that went on the market at the same time as ours, if they're still listed. We want to see what type of investigating the realtor is going to do to help us make an informed decision about what we need to do. Because sometimes it could be that we went on the market and there were 7 other houses comparable to ours that had offers within a couple of days of our house going on the market, and it was just their time to sell before they got to us, right? So timing is everything, and we understand that, and we want our realtor to understand that as well. And we also want to be sure that the realtor is there to go and find the real reason why the house hasn't sold versus just thinking, oh, it's price, drop the price, because that's not the answer to every problem. If it comes down to the point that we need to drop the price, then fine. But our expectation is that we've done all of this work through these 14 questions up front to ensure that we're competitive. Yes, we want the best price for our house, but we also want to make sure that we are putting the best strategy in place to make sure the house sells at the highest price. It creates some type of competition to drive offers, to drive the price up. So we want to make sure our realtor is thinking along those terms as well. Question number 7, how often are you checking in on the offer? Once we've decided on whose offer we're going to accept, is our realtor project managing that process to ensure things are staying on timeline? Are they willing to do that? Some are willing, some are not. And we just want to know what their thought process is about that beforehand, because we do have high expectations of this job that we're hiring for. And we want to know that our realtor is working on our behalf in our best interest to ensure that we all get to the finish line when we're supposed to. Number 8, who do you recommend for staging? That kind of goes into the photography and videographer. We're looking for someone that understands the importance of staging a home and making sure that the home does not feel like it's somebody else's home, but it feels open and welcoming and inviting to buyers. So who do you have for staging? Question number 9 is, how many listings have you closed this year? That question is important to us because we're looking for a high volume, high performing realtor. No, nothing against new realtors. We want someone with experience that, because we are impatient, I won't say we're impatient, we're strategic and we're methodological, and we want someone well-versed in this area, well-versed in their expertise, in their craft. So we're looking for a quality of person here, and someone that's able to list and close homes, knows how to get the job done. So that question is just simply to understand what their capability is, how dedicated they are to it. I don't want a part-time realtor. I want someone that this is their blood, sweat, and tears. This is all they do all day long, because I know that they're going to be working even when I'm asleep, maybe. So that's what that question is about. What's the average time? This is question number 10. What's the average time your homes sit on the market right now? So we always ask this question recently of our realtors, and it's, how long are your houses sitting on the market? Now, there's no guarantee to this, right? But on average, we want to know what your performance is like. So the realtor that we hired, she's answered these questions phenomenally. Her track record really speaks for herself. But her answer to this question was, houses, there's no guarantee. But I can tell you about the most recent house that I have that's under contract that's right across the street in a neighborhood of yours. The home hit the market, and she told us about a bad experience. It wasn't a good experience. She was like, hey, the home hit the market. We listed it, and we thought for sure that this home was going to be scooped up right away. But it was off to a slow start. We listed right around the time school started. This is a heavy football school community where we are. The local high school is next to one of the top performing schools in the state as far as football is concerned. So everybody wants to be here. But that also means when football games start, we're talking like JV, middle school, and varsity. Like, them people, they at the games, okay? We all at the games. So she was like, there could have been a mix of school starting and parents getting adjusted to school schedules. I don't know. It was just slow. We had an open house. Only 2 people showed up. It was a really slow start, but, after a little while, it picked up. We got an offer, and that offer is, hey. That offer is expected to close, by the 13th of next month, and we listed it on the 18th of last month. And we were like, well, how long was it on the market before you had a contract? She was like, oh, about 10 days. And in our mind, we're like, that's a slow start. And she was really perturbed that the house sat on the market for 10 days. And it wasn't that she was bragging. You could really hear the passion in her voice to say, this was slow for us, and we thought for sure this was going to happen, and it didn't. And we made some adjustments, and those adjustments, we did this, and then we got some offers. We had multiple offers, and then I sat with the buyer, the sellers, and we chose an offer that's going to close within a certain amount of time. It was crazy, but that was her heart for what she does. This is what she does. She's closed 50 homes, and it's just October, so girl is on her stuff. The follow-up question to that is, how many homes in our area, like our immediate area, have you listed and sold? That's important to us because, again, we want someone that is versed in this area. We live in a suburb of San Antonio, so I don't need someone that's versed in the Northwest side, the Southwest side. I need you versed in right here in my little part of town. I need you understanding the people. I need you understanding how things work here. How many homes have you sold? And that tells me that you're dedicated to the area, that you love being a part of this area. And we're looking for a specific, we're looking for a number greater than 10 or 1 or 2 for this area. The follow-up question to that is, on average, how are your homes selling? Are they selling at asking price, above asking, so on and so forth? Again, this question particularly speaks to the work that we do before we list, right? Again, it's not all about price for us. Do we want the highest price? Absolutely. We want to get the most money out of this house possible, but we want to do it in a way that's strategic. So if a realtor is selling a home at listing or above, then that means they're applying strategy and not going in at the top of the market asking for the best price. They're actually driving competition to get the house sold. I know in some places that houses are going above listing. We know that people are selling, waiving appraisals, all that good stuff. All things considered, we still want to create competition. We still want to drive awareness. We still want to bring people to the table, and we want to get as many offers as possible because that drives the price up. So what are we doing beforehand, before we list? How are we marketing? How are we positioning to ensure the house sells? So we want to know if the realtor is selling at listing or above, because that tells us about their strategy. Question number 13 is, do you have a contract as far as length of time that we have to work with you? The broker that we've used to purchase our other 2 homes, not this one because he couldn't sell us this house, but the broker that we've used to purchase the house out in Katy and the new construction home, he has a contract. We have to work with him for a certain amount of time and allow him to do his job. We don't care if there's a time limit. We just want to know what it is. Do you have expectations of us and what those expectations are? Let's be clear about those before we go into any relationship, because we don't want to go into this haphazardly. We want to know how much of our time, how long you expect us to do your job. And we want to have a decision as to whether or not we can agree to those terms. A realtor without any terms for us doesn't work for us. We want somebody that is as structured as we are, because that's just how we work. And myself, my husband, we have our own things that are important to us. And this is one that we share in common, and that is structure and strategy. And we want our realtor to be able to work within those parameters, because we also understand that while we're very easy to work with, we also very business, right? This is a business transaction. So there's things that we expect. And once the expectations are clear, then we should have a great relationship. And likewise with you. If you set the tone for how you want to be upfront, then you set the tone for how people should treat you and how they will treat your transaction. And you are in control of making sure that that's a pleasant experience by doing the work. Trust me, we didn't do this work when we purchased here. And it's not to say that the experience was bad. It wasn't bad. Our realtor was great, sweetheart. We just should have asked more questions and leaned in a little bit harder, although we purchased a great home. It's a great home that had issues, right? An experienced person would have been able to help us work through that, and we would have been more informed, is all I'm saying. But she was great. She was great for what it was. And then finally, this question is also kind of a setup, just making sure that, again, we're reiterating timing and strategy. How long does it take to get the home listed? If the realtor is, we can get it listed whenever you're ready to put it on the market, that's not real attractive to us. Don't sell us pipe dreams. Be clear with us, set expectations. Listen, We will list your home after we've come out. We've done an evaluation. We look at it. We do some research about the market as far as exactly where you are. We're going to sit down, have a conversation, and then we will talk about what needs to be done to your home before you list it, what the time frame needs to look like, an expected date based off of the market. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for ASAP. We're not looking for, oh, we can get it done as soon as you want. Nope. What's the strategy? If we can get a realtor to go through these 14 questions without cringing, right? Because this feels like, what? Right? Could you imagine sitting down with somebody that you don't know and they drill you like this? Like, it's like, well, who do you think you are? If we can get a realtor that's happy, one, about going through this process, two, shares more than we ask, and three, touches on what we're looking for, then they've got a pretty good job of getting the listing. And this is how we interview our realtors to ensure that we have a good, solid realtor. The broker that we're working with now, and we do this on multiple occasions. We do this as many times as we need to, maybe not all 14 questions, but we have multiple conversations as much as we need to until we get to a place where we're ready to rock and roll. The broker that we're working with right now that helps us purchase, they are incredible as far as sitting and helping us think and helping talk through and helping strategize. They're partners for us. And we're looking for partnerships where it's open communication, clear expectations, and we drive. Like we drive. So we're looking for people that share that same spirit and can help us get to our goals. So it's with this process that helps us to be confident in our decisions, because we talk to great people. I haven't met a single person that I didn't go, oh my God, they're so great. I just love their attitude. But attitude is one thing. Ability and capabilities is another. And when it comes to these transactions, we got to get to work. And I want to make sure that I've got the best A player on the team. And this is our way of us guaranteeing, and we won't guarantee this, right? This is no guarantee, but this at least gives us confidence in the person that we're hiring to be able to let our guard down, to trust them, to partner with us, to help us accomplish our goals in selling our house. So yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, guys. So I'm going to go and put this video together. We made it. The battery didn't die. If you have any questions, if you could think of anything, please drop them in the comments. Of course, I am here for you. Because I don't have a full, in-depth update on the house, what I'm going to do is Thursday. There's been a lot of you all that have asked for an updated video. The one where the audio was trash. We walked the model, but the audio was garbage. Well, I have the right audio. I didn't want to post duplicate videos, but no kidding. Once or twice a week, I have to answer somebody about the audio. So I'm just going to upload it with the great audio so that you can hear the commentary. We were so green in the process. There were things that we said in the video that have even changed now. So I've made some of the updates in titles on that video. So I'll share that to have us hold over until I'm able to go to the house this weekend and get some real updates. I'm excited about that update because I know it's going to look completely different by the time we're able to get there on Saturday or Sunday. But I do want us to have something to engage with during the middle of the week to keep us entertained until we get there. So thanks for sticking around. If you haven't already and you watched to the end, be sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on, share with a friend, and be sure to check us out on Instagram and connect with us so you can get to know a little bit about our family as we're going through this process. That's it for now. If there's anything else you want to know about this process, leave those questions in the comment box, and we'll see you in the next video, friend. Bye for now.